NARUC. I tell you what an honor it is for us to be a sponsor. For those of you who don't know API very well, American Petroleum Institute represents all aspects of the natural gas and oil industry. And after the combination a couple years ago of America's Natural Gas Alliance and API, we now handle the power generation side for natural gas. We know that with the increased role that natural gas has played in power generation over the last, let's call it 8 years, we understand the partnership with NARUC and with each of the state utility commissioners is very important to us, and we hope valuable to you moving forward. So I do want to take a quick moment also to shout out to our member companies who are here as well. And even some of our industry partners. I know Dino Wiggins with the Natural Gas Supply Association is here, and we're very, very pleased to, and I hope that you see us as a resource for you. I know this has been a year where, from an API standpoint, we've been pretty busy on power generation issues, both at the state and the federal issue here, and we look forward to continuing that conversation with you. So again, thank you very much. We're pleased to be here.
Thanks, and thanks for your support. Finally, we're going to hear from Mr. Phil Massey, CEO of Itron.
I didn't want to give another sponsorship speech. Look for a little coaching from Diane Berman, who gave me a couple of jokes. Diane, Solomon, and Lorraine nixed the jokes after they heard them. At which point, Travis Cavullo made the point, this is the difference between an elected and an appointed commissioner. So I'd like to congratulate President Bukowski on becoming NARUC president. I'm sure the transition from Jack to Jack will be fairly smooth. This is a perfect opportunity to talk about the future of regulation, having just hosted our annual users group conference where we have 1,000 of Itron's utility customers in Houston. And being in Houston following the devastating aftermath of Hurricane Harvey, we heard firsthand from CenterPoint about how technology helped bring back power to those who desperately needed it. And during the conference, a common theme that we heard from our utility customers was, of course, their increasing need to invest in infrastructure, aging capital, aging workforce, and their desire to form a new relationship with their customers. And they know their business model has to change in order for that to happen, and the path using the current model is not entirely clear. So reliability, resiliency, and new opportunities are within our reach, and state regulators play a critical role in how it is and at what pace innovation enters the regulated utility space. For better or worse, technological innovation has outpaced economic regulation. The technology community is eager to work with regulators to move the innovation ball forward. And as I told the audience in Houston, we're on the edge of the next step forward. All we need to do is take it. And I look forward to more dialogue about that here today. Thank you.
Thank you. And what a great segue to our much awaited highlight today, aside from my election as president. We conclude our lunch with the presentation of NARUC's Innovation Awards conceived by our past president, the Honorable Paulson, who is here to help congratulate our winners. Please come up. And before we have some work to do. As you know, he preceded me as president and left in August to become Federal Energy Regulatory Commissioner. He's not only a great commissioner and a great former president of NARUC, but a great friend. And we want to present this to you on behalf of. And now we're going to invite Commissioner Shan from the great state of Illinois to come up and take over the program. Here he is. They're right on schedule here. Okay.
Thank you, President Bukowski. Good afternoon. The Presidential Task Force on Innovation was established by then President Paulson and the Executive Committee to help foster a regulatory environment within which innovation can thrive and be recognized. Commissioner Paulson, thank you again for your your vision and leadership. I'm honored to lead the task force and want to thank my fellow members, Commissioners Akiba, Anderson, Eccles, Forsey, Peterman, and Sayre for their hard work over the past year. I also want to acknowledge the essential work of Carrie Worthington, the NARUC staff, and my own staff, especially Jimmy Zhang, Megan Pagels, Wei-Chen Lin, for their help making the task force such a success. Please help me. Thank you. NARUC members and our stakeholders have embraced the work of the task force, and I'm pleased to be here today to present our first ever NARUC Innovation Awards. On behalf of NARUC and the task force, I also want to thank all of those who submitted nominations for the awards. The winners are as follows. For state-level innovation in regulatory policy, we recognize the New York State Department of Public Service for their work in creating a new methodology to value and compensate distributed energy resources. Scott Wiener, Deputy for Markets and Innovation, is here representing the staff team that led this effort. For municipal level innovation in regulatory policy, we recognize the Sacramento Municipal Utility District for testing a new cooling technology that significantly reduces summer peak loads. Delia Patterson from America's Public Power Association is here to accept the award. For individual innovator in regulatory policy, we recognize Danny Kimoti of the Washington Utilities and Transportation Commission for his exceptional work in adapting an international business reporting standard to data from public utilities. For utility industry innovation in customer care, engagement, and empowerment, we recognize Puget Sound Energy for their Energy Upgrades campaign. To accept the award, we have Steve Sequist. For utility industry innovation in reliability, resilience, or security, we recognize Demand Energy and the Marcus Garvey Village for their cutting-edge microgrid. It's the first of its kind, integrating solar, storage, and a fuel cell with a sophisticated management system. The task force also wanted to commend the project for building it in a low-income housing development. Tiffany Menhorn is here to represent Demand Energy. For utility innovation pilots or demonstration projects, we recognize First Solar, California ISO, and NREL for their incredible technological breakthroughs in solar plants. Kathy Weiss is here to represent First Solar. For utility industry innovation in water and sewer, we recognize Suez Smart Water Network for their state-of-the-art technological development and management in all parts of their water value chain. David Stanton, president of Suez, is here to accept the award. For utility industry innovation in electricity, we recognize AEP for their breakthrough overhead line design or BOLD transmission system. AEP Senior Vice President for Transmission, Wade Smith, is here to accept the award. For utility industry innovation in gas, we recognize National Grid, bringing demand response to gas. Owen Brady is here representing National Grid. Finally, for utility industry innovation in telecommunications, we recognize OneWeb for their proposed constellation of satellites that will provide broadband internet access to hard-to-reach areas across the globe. Mariah Schumann with OneWeb is with us today. Please join me in congratulating our 2017 winners.
Congratulations to all the winners once again. So our concurrent sessions are starting at 1:45. Our board of directors meeting begins at 3 o'clock in the Johnson room, same place we were yesterday. And just to know, Commissioner Kabula had said we start at 8 tomorrow. It's 9 o'clock tomorrow. 9 o'clock.